and I think it's 3 that I can go out and engage with and do things that I have planned to do, and I will keep you updated on that as it goes. But right now I'm only promoting. I'm promoting myself and promoting businesses and a story. So as you start to make your plans, make sure that you are protected. Right now I'm going to start capital. I've got a few things I need to fix. And I need to make sure all my bills are secure. So my personal life, the overhead. What is overhead? Overhead is all my bills, all my costs. Then my personal overhead's cleared. I got all my bills paid, or I'm not in disconnect status. So I want to get to where everything's good. And I got a good, clean buffer and a real nice budget for me to work with, and afforded that opportunity by circumstance. But no matter what circumstances you got, you can still do what you can do, and don't be afraid to cut corners. You might not be able to eat steak or eat out. You might have to eat noodle soups, or at the community kitchen if you even have to, or go to the clothing closet to get a different outfit to make an interview. Try to get yourself as polished as you can. Believe in yourself. Prepare. Prepare. A lot of times, people I've seen them, they do really well at court. They get all ready for court. They get all ready, and they do as well as they can, or they get all ready for church. Make sure you put on your best when you do it. You don't have to wear your best clothes, but make sure you go in with a good, clear head, and make sure you try to give these people your best, because you're representing yourself. And you're representing your investment, and you want a return on your investment, and you want that person to get a return from that experience. If you're going into sales, anybody can con somebody into buying something. Business ethics is key. But I think that, what was the movie? Was it Baby Boy or something? But when you talk somebody into buying something, and they walk away and they feel like they got ripped, they're not coming back to you. But if they feel like they had a good experience, or they got good quality or good value, or you had something unique to offer, they will come back to you. Another guy owned a business told me this: if you get a person 3 times, this is when you open an infrastructure. There's click and order and brick and mortar, and one click and order is an online service. Click and order. So that's kind of where I'm. Social media, there's nothing you can click and order up the fucking video and watch it for free, or you cannot. But brick and mortar is the brick and mortar that creates the building infrastructure. And so he told me, in a brick and mortar environment, when you have a real store set up, that if you can get a person to come in your business 3 times and spend money, you pretty much got that person to consider your business, and you have a customer for your life, unless you ruin it. So when you first start to get out, you want 3 experiences. Boom. Boom. So make sure you don't clip people on the first round. Don't ever try to clip people, but never try to just get over and get over and get over and get over on people. If you get over and you pull a dirty contract, or you weasel somebody into something, they'll never come back to you, or you'll lose somebody for life, and you never know. That person might hit big tomorrow. So business ethics is good, and you never know. They might give you a bad review on social media, not be a business, and ruin your whole show. Anyway, make sure business ethics standards are in consideration, and treat people well. If you get people to come 3 times, you've pretty much got them. So no matter what you're starting. So if you can get people you cut their grass, and you can get them to do it 3 months or 3 weeks in a row, or 3 months in a row, or whatever, you have that customer. So if you get them to come in your store 3 times, that's pretty much the study they did on it. And don't be scared to invest. If all you have is time and effort, invest your time and effort. You're not always going to make money, so don't go quitting your job. And if you don't have a job, say, I'm starting a business. You can do that, but also don't be afraid to work. I'm going to work 2 jobs and do this on the side. And 2 jobs, I might slack off on production, but I won't slack off on my actual job employment. Those people are paying me, and that's their business. So that's going to be my priority. And the money that I can generate from their business and them employing me is going to help build my capital. It's going to help me buy better equipment. It's going to help me pay my attorney for the retainer fee that I owe. It's going to help me pay that in full. It's also going to help me keep that retainer fee on there. Keep another $500 on that guy. You know, keep another 1,000, keep another 3,000, keep whatever you need. When I get there, the biggest thing with an attorney is you always want to have one there. So you don't want to have to try to pull out of pocket at the last minute. So as soon as you get your retainer fees covered and established, double it. You know, start making payments and to a double and keep record. And then you've got $1,000 on hold, or you got $3,000 on hold. You got $500 on. You got whatever you got. You got it on hold. Even if you can only pay $20, $30, $40 at a time, you got $300 already to the good and to the plus. Don't be scared to spend money on an attorney. Don't be scared to spend money on a business phone. Don't be scared to create a business card. And don't be scared to invest in yourself and believe in yourself and invest your time and effort. If all you have is time and effort, it's good to start, but you're going to have to build capital. So in doing so, another thing that's going to inspire me is connections. As I go throughout socially, even though I have this business plan, it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. I probably won't make any money off of it. I mean, a lot of times in business, that first year, they're expected to write off a loss. Second year, you may or may not. If you wrote a loss 3 years in a row, you don't have a business. You have a hobby or some kind of tax crap going on. So keep that in mind. You can't just keep writing losses, or you want to. And as you go throughout your life and you have other daily activities, you still have this business always with you, but don't count on it and rely on it. Don't be scared to work a real job. It builds capital. And as you're working your real job, try to look for ways for you to inspire yourself to build your business. Whether you're building a social network and a platform to go on, whether you're watching the way other businesses in the industry work, whether you have an opportunity to treat people good and give people good service or sales. Make sure you always conduct yourself at a high ethical standard. And I think that's the key to success, with business at any point. Don't let people scam you and run over you. But don't scam people and run over people, for sure. And, so that's all I got on this entry, and that's about all. I'm tired. I'm going to finish my little hot tea and spend a little time with my dog and go to bed. But I do encourage people, and I hope it inspires people. Whatever your dream is, whatever you want to do, even if you don't want to start a business, I hope that at least by starting Smoker Joe Productions and being transparent and adding value, hopefully, to the government by paying taxes, to competitors by creating that competition, and by the service we provide for the people, and with cooperation with other businesses. I hope that it increases the value the way it's intended to do. And as an entrepreneur in a free market economy and an American citizen, it's the American dream. But it's not going to come easy. But it's not as hard as people make it think, or people make it out to be, or you may think. So very few things. I'll let you know when I get further, and keep you posted and document each part of the process. And if anybody has any questions, and I come across anybody, don't be scared to approach me and ask me. As I go throughout my endeavors, I can post these questions and pose these questions as I'm going through, and say, well, what if I wanted to do this? I'm at a good stage because I'm actually going to invest money. I'm actually going to invest time. So if you wanted to start a different type, you're a roofer and you want to know what it takes to legitimize your roofing business, don't be scared to come up and ask me, because I'll also say, well, what about if you had business insurance and employees and you want to start with 6 employees? I learned something new today when I was looking at permits, what it takes for different types of permits. And, if you're leaving your house and you're taking all the equipment there, you don't need a permit. But if you're going to have employees come to your business and move equipment, you need a permit. It was for something. It was an example like that. It didn't apply to me. But don't be afraid to get these little permits. If you need a permit, look into it. And if you have any questions, ask me at this point. And don't be scared. You don't have to ask me. Investigate for yourself. But don't be afraid to approach me and ask me, because while I'm doing my own thing, I'm already going to be there, and I would be very welcome to someone asking me, and to try to find that information out for people as I go through. Because my biggest thing is not just look at what I'm doing. It's also to like, look what you can do, look what we can do, and look what the American dream, look what our economy allows people to do by competitive free market. And look at the value that it adds, creates jobs, taxes, and it creates money. So I'm going to spend the money, if I make any money off the business, I'm going to spend that money in someone else's store, whether it be Walmart or Newegg.com or T-Mobile. You see what I'm saying? And if I can create 2 jobs out of that, they're going to spend that money on something. So it can all circulate back around. That's what makes economy grow. So it is truly something that's transparent. Anybody who tries to act differently may have some malicious intent.